I think what has changed today is not anxiety, which is a human trait. I'm sure that if the psychoanalysis of Neanderthal man existed, he would have had anxiety about the lack of food and shelter during the Ice Age. What I think is new today, as a historian, is the obligation to be happy as a norm, the loss of the tragic dimension of existence, the fact that in order to be successful or effective, one must be intensely happy all the time. I believe in the posts of others on Instagram and think that the social media platform records the effective, powerful, and full lives of others. Therefore, my life should be the same, and I wonder why I don't have those perfect vacations, dazzling Christmases, and happy lives filled with sunsets and extraordinary meals. This anxiety is due to a mismatch between the real and the imaginary, between essence and appearance, between being and pretending, and even the reality of the world that demands perfect bodies and performance. Our inability to cope with what our grandmothers and grandfathers lived with peacefully, such as gaining weight after marriage, results in a cycle of great anxiety due to the narrative of others, what the German philosopher Oxfam saw called the society of fatigue. This fatigue is because we are encouraged to believe that everyone can have access to full happiness, and social media representation increases this anxiety. This is what I called the contemporary theology of entrepreneurship, a theology of belief in the possibility of being perfect pianists, successful entrepreneurs, and absolutely capable of everything, with only the desire to do so. However, the reality is that it is difficult to be a performer, a discoverer of lands, a new Columbus, a new Leonardo da Vinci, and still be thin. It is too much, and it can only be done with chemical help. As a professor for many years, I observed that the medicalization of human behavior is a current defect of mental health professionals. Not liking a class or not being able to pay attention to it does not necessarily mean that one has attention deficit disorder, and not everyone who is sad is depressed. We need to define the dimensions of tragedy in existence and distinguish between objective and direct causes of sadness and depression.